So is networking not working, at least not the way you want it to? Contractors, if that's the case, whether it's BNI, Chamber of Commerce, other different groups that you're connecting with locally to try and get more referrals and leads for your business. After doing it for years, I've seen a lot about what works and what doesn't work. And I want to give you something that is going to help really supercharge the results. This is going to be actually part 13 or 14, I think, out of our Fast Cash Launchpad series. If you want the full series, just drop Fast Cash in the comments below and we'll get you the document with all the different ways you can help grow your business. And even if you don't have any extra money for marketing or advertising, let's jump in and get started, get you some solutions to help get better results. So here we go. So this is the next category. So again, we've talked about, let's see, that was 12, 13. This is number 14, actually. So, and it's all about affiliates or joint ventures. So think about the quick concept, and I'll show you, is you want to create a target list of partners or networking people, other contractors in your space that are either upstream in an event chain or downstream in an event chain. And I'll show you a little bit more about what that means here in just a second. But then this is the part where everything gets missed, is you want to really define an offer in a way that's easy for your joint venture partner or your network or referral partner to implement, and shows you've done the majority thinking ahead of time. This is where everything falls flat and doesn't really get off the ground or get traction. So it also needs to be financially significant for the partner to pay attention, to be worth their time to implement. Again, you could expand this into your subcontractors or other partners. Let me show you a little bit more about how this could work. So idea with the joint ventures. Again, think of your networking partners in your networking groups as people with whom you could set up an actual joint venture with, beyond just hey, let's send each other referrals because we're friends. Again, that's fine if it's working, but if you want to really dial up the volume and frequency, make it strategic and meaningful and something that's consistent, this is what you need to take it to this level of degree. So let's look at who you can help. So let's use the wedding industry as an example. Again, no, not construction, but just to show you, illustrate the point. So if I'm a florist, maybe one event chain I might think about is a wedding. So if I'm the florist, but before anything starts in an event chain that's like a wedding, the first thing that has to happen is an engagement ring has to be bought and hopefully accepted. If that's true, then all the rest of this stuff is in play. So once that happens, then they're going to hire a wedding planner. Then they're going to get a chapel or a church. Then they're getting a reception venue, wedding dress. And then finally, it's time to get the flowers. Okay. So think about this in a construction context. So think about your ideal customers, the kinds of people you're able to help on a consistent basis. And we'll just say, let's pick a basement finish. Okay, the basement finish is something they want to get done. What's maybe something they want to do first before that gets done? Or maybe let's think of someone who's getting ready. Maybe one of your ideal customers is someone who is getting ready to renovate and sell their home. Okay, what are some of the things that maybe need to happen before someone decides that I'm going to renovate and sell my house? Or someone who just bought a home. Let's flip it the other way. They just got one. Now they want to renovate and fix the house they just bought. It needs new floors, or it needs new HVAC, or whatever other things it might need. Again, hopefully that gives you an example of an event chain in the trades that can think about, well, who might be some really good strategic partners to have in place for something like this. Okay. So once you get in place, then you start to map out who you should talk to. Next stage after that is let's go and identify some people in these specific industries and think through what is the right offer that, if they happen to contact this other partner first before they get to you as part of their home improvement project, then what's an easy way that this other trade could refer that customer to you for that part of the project that's outside of their scope? Okay, again, like I talked about earlier, make it super simple. Understand who you're talking to and when they get pulled into the homeowner's house, or when they're helping them out with their project, so that as they finish up, as part of their finish up, it's like, hey, by the way, I happen to know this really good fill in the blank contractor, and here's what they do for customers that we send their way, and what that looks like. Again, you want to make it something that, again, gives something really valuable, because let's be real about this. Would you rather hook up another referral partner, referral source, and a homeowner with a better offer, better deal, than spend money on marketing or advertising or other types of advertising companies that maybe take too much, like an Angie's or whoever else, right? So anyway, guys, that's the key. It's got to have an offer that makes sense. If you need help coming up with or brainstorming some offers that our clients are using that work really, really well to make this seamless and to make it a no-brainer, to make it super easy for the networking partner or the subcontractor or the other trades person in your event chains to just make it a no-brainer, yes, of course, I'm happy to send that over to my customers and feel comfortable making those introductions, then drop me a comment. Let me know. We're happy to help you put together a plan so that you can start to create a really strong network that actually produces consistently rather than just, hey, we'll happen to send you some referrals whenever we get around to it, wherever we think it makes sense. So there's nothing wrong with making it financially viable for all parties involved. It should be a win for the homeowner, should be a win for the partner, and then a win for you. Like win, win, win is always the best way to go about it. So that's the key. Identify your event chain, identify your offer, and approach your networking groups with something that's a little bit more strategic rather than just based solely on, hey, will you please send me a referral and I'll try and send you one too. So again, nothing wrong with that if that's working for you. But if you want to dial it up, then that's one of the ways we make it happen all the time. We'll see you next week.